So I done a function gig just a couple of days ago, and I wanted to do just a very short video to just talking about how it went and some kind of tips and stuff and all sorts. So I haven't done it was a wedding. I got the gig as a friend of mine. It was his function band, or he plays for the function band anyway, and he couldn't do it, so he offered me a depth position just for the night, basically. Luckily enough, he provided me with all the charts and some backing tracks and loads of information about all the charts and stuff and where it differs to the chart and whatnot. So it was a really great position and minimal legwork before the gig. However, I did run the set quite a few times as I hadn't played, like I said, I hadn't played a function gig for, I don't know, maybe like 3 years. Like a wedding anyway. I played a few other things, but so I thought I'd just show you just a few things. So first of all, I just wanted to talk about how you might sort of get some function gig work. And I think, it's the example that I gave of how I got it is a really great way of doing it. So find some friends that are doing or are in function bands. So, for example, if you're at a college or a university, the likelihood is that, especially at a music college or a music university, the likelihood is that some of your friends will probably have played in a function band or be part of a function band and so on. You could also, make your own one with some friends and market yourself to some management companies. And that brings me on to the second way of doing it. You can get yourself in touch with some different agencies that specifically hire out function bands to lots of people. So, for example, the management company that that band was on was called DK Management here in the UK. So that would be another good way of doing it. Get a CV, get some basic, some decent videos of you playing some kind of groove-based stuff. Nothing too Larry, because that's not what they want to see, unfortunately. So, make sure you can show yourself. So you're clearly visible, very professional as well, and some professional video, and that's a good way of starting. You also need to make sure that your skills are there as well. So a general kind of skill set for function band work is you've got to really know your genres and know how to control your dynamics as well. So, for example, 1 minute you might be doing like Uptown Funk, for example, a kind of modern funk sort of track that you need to be sort of quite tight and really accurate with. No big Larry fills, just quite, simple and to the point. And then next you might be doing like a slow ballad or something. So you might have to do some brushes work and things. So it's all about being versatile within that, within your drumming and stuff. So I thought so that's two ways of doing it and a little bit about the skill set. Hopefully, I don't know when this video will be out, and I don't know how much of the other stuff that I'm developing will be done. But essentially, eventually there will be a section of the website all dedicated to function bands or being a function drummer. So on there'll be all the skill set and how to develop those and some key ways in. So this is just a vlog about my experience doing it. So I was going to do some on the day. It was just a little bit hectic, and it was way too late to do one when I got home. So just a little bit about how the day ran. So I had to get there for 2:00. It was about an hour's drive, so I left about an hour and a half. Luckily got there about half hour early, and then straight away set up my kit. I took my own kit, make sure it was all nice and tuned and stuff, and good setup and lots of spares and all the basic bits. Then I got there, set up. When the other guys arrived, they all set up, and we got a little bit of a sound check. And there was a few problems with various things, but and then the night we had to sit around for quite a while because the people wanted us there nice and early. And then we got to play at about 9:30, and didn't finish playing until about 12:30. But there was breaks within there, so there's 3 sets. And then come home, unload the gear, and then I had to go off somewhere. So. So I thought I'd just show you the charts as well, because if you're lucky enough to play in a function band that has charts, then it's really handy because, again, there's not that much legwork that needs to be done beforehand. So this is my chart book that I took with me. So nice blue folder, just a few things that I thought were handy. So straight away, this is a handwritten chart that I'd done. So really basic, literally just, you can see play 3 and it's verse 2, the chorus 2 and so on. So it's literally just a really, just a guide sheet really, because this was their first dance, so I needed that, and we didn't have time to rehearse it. So, but then these were the tracks that, or the charts that I was given by my good friend Jake. So that you can see there's tempo changes, which we went through, and there was all sorts of bits. And then just some tips about getting through your charts. So I like to go through and highlight any rests and any amounts that I have to do. So play 4, so I highlighted that, just because when you visually look at it, it's quite clear that, okay, repeat, sorry, not rest, repeat, and so on. And for example, here I wasn't sure how many there would be, so because I know Jake mentioned that there might be more there, but again, you just play it by ear on the day. So you can see they were all in order. They gave me the set beforehand, so I just put them all nicely in order. Originally they were numbered when they gave me a different set, so that's what the numbers at the top are for. Any extra notes that Jake gave me, like he said, over the toms there, and 8th note hi-hats and the chorus. And the other thing, any sort of things where, the guitar starts, or otherwise I had to count in. Sometimes there was tracks, like backing tracks that I had to play with, so I was in control of that, and then I made sure there was a 2 count in. And the only other thing, so here's a great example of loads going on in the chart. The route map here is really quite complicated, so you can see repeats, more repeats, telling you to repeat the previous 2 bars, and so on. And there was also a DSL coder, so I used some stickers here, yellow for kind of start, to go to blue up to here, so the DS, and then you go back through, and then you play where it says to coder, which again was the same place. If to coder was somewhere else, for example, if it was up here, there would be another yellow sticker there, and then I would go to the coder there. So it just makes it all really clear. And again, first and second time endings are all highlighted. You can really clearly, it's just better than just black and white. It makes everything kind of really stand out. And that was all the tracks. So I just made sure they were all in order. For example, you can see the actual yellow stickers there because of various things. So that's all I really wanted to say. I just, it was a good night. I think we played really well, and it was the first time I played with the band on the night, and hopefully I'll get some more work from it as well. So, you want to make sure you're giving it your eye, you're connecting with the rest of the band, keeping eye contact, always keep your head up as much as possible to try and, for example, if there's any changes that need to be done, because a lot of the time it is just kind of playing it by ear, and things will go wrong, and you have to learn how to correct those without letting the audience know that you kind of screwed up or someone else screwed up. For example, we counted in and the guitarist started playing a different track, so we had to quickly start playing that track basically instead. So that was interesting. So that's just a little bit about the function work. Again, I might, as I'm doing more function stuff, I will do some more videos. For example, this Friday, tomorrow, I've got a gig a bit different, and I've got all my own charts that I wrote that are very, very, very similar to this one. However, actually, hold on 1 second. So these are my cheat sheets that I've got. So I've got Uptown Funk. So I have, this is the way I found kind of an easy, very quick way of writing out charts. So without having to do too much writing in here, this is quite an extreme example. So up here, I've got all the different variations. So A, B, C, E. Oh, okay, I missed out D. A, B, C, E, F, G, and H. So I went through and just listened to the track once to try and hear all the different times the groove changed. And then you can see intro A, play 7, and then a stop on there, for example, and it just goes through any repeats. Here I haven't highlighted anything, so I might do that. It went all right last time. This is I've done this gig once already, so I've got all the charts here that we've done, and it was just a last minute thing, and that's going to be a very, very minimal setup. It's literally just tiny. So I may add to this series, or maybe to this video, of the kind of video of the day, how it's running and stuff, for the gig on Friday. So, but yeah, until then, I'll see you soon.